Police fired tear gas to disperse crowds of protesters in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Thursday, as thousands rallied across several cities over an escalating cost of living and governance issues. Reuters video showed people marching across Africa's most populous nation to show discontent with economic reforms that have led to rampant inflation and inflicted increasing hardship on ordinary Nigerians. In Lagos, armed police watched as protesters marched towards the government house before heading to two locations that were authorized for the protests. Some shopping malls in the city were shut and guarded by a heavy police presence.
We are tired of being hungry. We cannot even feed our children.
Consumer inflation in Nigeria rose to a new 28-year high of 34.19% in annual terms in June. As well as soaring inflation, Nigerians are also grappling with widespread insecurity, which damaged the farming sector, while armed gangs kidnap residents and school children for ransom in the north. President Bola Tinubu has asked citizens to bear with his reforms and has vowed to pursue changes he says are needed to keep the country afloat. He signed a new minimum wage into law on Monday to help workers cope with hardship caused by his economic changes, but many of the country's 200 million people are either self-employed or do not have jobs.
A court in Guinea found former junta leader Musa Dadis Camara guilty of crimes against humanity for a 2009 stadium massacre, as well as 7 other military commanders. The court said on Wednesday that the charges including murder, rape, torture, and kidnapping were reclassified to crimes against humanity. The 60-year-old was the ruler of Guinea when over 150 people were killed at a pro-democracy rally in September 2009. Tens of thousands had gathered at a stadium in Conakry to urge Camara not to run for president. Many were shot, stabbed, beaten, or crushed in a stampede as security forces fired tear gas and charged the stadium. Prosecutors said during the trial that security forces raped at least a dozen women. Fatoumata Berry was a witness to the massacre.
After 14-15 years, we really thank the president of the court for having thought about the qualifications of the facts. This is a crime against humanity. The person responsible must take responsibility. International criminal law must be applied to national law. We are satisfied. We are part of history. And all the African leaders who come here, they see that they didn't lead sheep. They led human beings. Too many crimes. Human rights have been violated. We must respect human rights.
Camara was recaptured after escaping prison last November and sat calmly in court as he was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Another high-level official, Lieutenant Abubakar Siddiqui Diakite, was sentenced to 10 years in prison for his cooperation with the court, while Colonel Musa Tiakbro Camara, who is in charge of fighting organized crime, was sentenced to 20 years.